Dr. Conrad. I'd like to formally request a transfer off Project Olivia. Though I appreciate the opportunity to be involved in such cutting-edge research, I fear that I will not be personally capable of performing my duties to their fullest. Thank you. This is from Dr. Stanton, by the way.
Dr. Stanton, I'm rejecting your transfer request, and I'm rejecting it for one simple reason. There's nothing to be nervous about. I understand what you're going through. Believe me, a few weeks ago I practically was you, but I've been assured, mind you, that our safety is priority one. By now you'll have noticed the extra security provided by our benefactors, and as long as the PMCs are on the Sulaco, you will be safe.
You're not understanding me, Conrad. I'm not worried about my own safety. I'm telling you that I am no longer willing to contribute to Project Olivia. You can, of course, count on my discretion, but I just can't do this anymore. And I think you know as well as I do that these soldiers aren't here for our protection. We can't even...
Dr. Stanton, come with me, please.
Sure. Of course. You're not understanding me, Conrad. I'm not worried.
Mom, it's Anne. I know I said I wouldn't ask for more money, but we have to go home. But the company won't pay for a shuttle off-world. It's Russ. We found this thing. I thought it had killed him, but it died. It just died. And he says he's fine, but something just feels wrong, and...
Mom, are you okay? Dad's waiting in the cafeteria.
Okay, Newt, just a second, honey. I'll call you back, Mom.
This is a formal supply requisition order WY-823 requested by Site Foreman Joshua Morris. We're gonna need a hell of a lot more research modules, sorry to say. Whichever backbird geologist chose this place as an installation clearly had their head up their ass.
I heard that.
Yeah. LV-426's structural instability has disabled not two, but three, count 'em, three separate modules. One broke in half after an earthquake, the other two tumbled down ravines. I mentioned how much I hate this goddamn place. Should probably edit that out. I'm getting my weekly update on the construction Origin facility. Apart from all the goddamn research modules we've lost, we're way ahead of schedule. Partially because there just ain't as much of the Origin left as we originally believed. It looks like one of the arms broke off before we got here. Why'd you say that was again, Doc?
Lava flow detached the arm.
Oh yeah, that. We should have the Origin facility built within the next 2 weeks. And let me tell you, even without that arm, she's a real looker. Message repeats. We are abandoning the research modules due to increased xenomorph activity. All personnel need to move into the Origin facility by tonight. If you ain't in here with us by 0900, we are not coming to save your ass. Message repeats. We are abandoning...
What follows are my notes on the xenomorph's observed life cycle. Beginning in the ovomorph or egg stage, the creature remains in hibernation until detecting a possible threat. Upon confirmation of such a threat, the creature, now having morphed into a sort of arthropod parasitoid form, will exit the egg and attempt to find and implant a suitable host. Implantation occurs through the host's mouth. After the implant is complete, a process taking roughly an hour or so, the parasite dies and the host feels normal. After a brief incubation period, the fully evolved xenomorph will exit the host through the ribcage. The process is fatal for the host. Autopsy report for Dr. David Hale, incubation specialist. Dr. Hale was implanted by the parasitoid xenomorph form a day ago following a containment breach. After the parasitoid's expected death, I, against the recommendations of my colleagues, attempted to extract the fetal fetal xenomorph, my attempt failed due to the cancerous nature of the xenomorph's placenta. It appears physically impossible to remove an incubated xenomorph without killing the host. He did not die quietly. This is Dr. Stephen Hale signing out.
This is Foreman Morris, submitting formal requisition for... you know what? Hell with it. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you bureaucratic windbags, but this entire facility is hanging on by a thin goddamn thread. The only thing standing between us and those things is a couple thousand volts running through a perimeter fence. But we don't even have a backup generator. That fence goes down, this entire place is gone in a matter of minutes. You understand? I need permission to build at least 3 more perimeter fences, as well as the juice to keep them all running. Otherwise, you ain't getting much info out of your beloved Origin before we get burned into walking goddamn bug rooms.
Preliminary attempts to develop a living xenomorph queen have been surprisingly successful. Though her presence has not clued us into any sort of pheromonal control of her children like we initially hoped, she's producing eggs at a regular rate. The tranquilizers we've introduced into her food supply seem to be keeping her docile. Relatively.
Quick status update on the derelict ship codenamed Origin. Interior is stable. Cross-referencing the ship's current state with reports supplied by y'all, it looks like the Origin has been relatively untouched since USCSS Nostromo encountered it 50-odd years ago. Hell, even most of the eggs are still intact. If I cared, I'd tell you suits that you're a bunch of exploitive dumbasses who are gonna get yourselves and a lot of innocent people killed. But since my shuttle leaves tomorrow, and this little project has got me enough money to buy a small country, I'll just say, good luck with all that.